Seb, you didn't go to the game.
No.
Oh, you got in Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday
Nice
then, yeah.
one, man. Look, Seb, good win, bro. 2-0. They had one shot the whole entire game. It took them to the 96 minutes to have that shot. Wright had nothing to do. I thought Martinelli was absolutely amazing. But yeah, what was your whole thoughts on the game and the performance, man?
Yeah, I thought it was very comfortable. Definitely much better than the last few weeks for sure. But yeah, we did what we had to do, a professional performance, controlled it from start to finish and got the goals and the job done. What we needed to do.
Yeah, simple as that, man. Were you surprised how Sevilla lined up against us? Because for me, I thought it was a very different game than when we played them at their place. Some of the players they played as well. For me, it looked like they came to the Emirates to defend.
Yeah, sort of, because Seville actually needed that. They needed something from that game because now I don't think it's likely that they can qualify. Or it's looking very slim for them. They really needed to get something from that game, and I really thought they'll give it more of a go, but they just didn't. They were very poor, and only had like a shot towards the end. That was like their first attempt on goal. Other than that, it didn't really offer anything, and yeah, that was surprising. I was expecting it to be a bit harder than that, but overall, we did what we had to do.
I mean, talking about some of the individuals today, what's your thoughts on Martinelli? For me, he's my man of the match by far, Seb.
Yeah, he was very good. But why do you think he was very good?
Because Trossard's down the middle.
See,
who knew?
He ain't rocket science.
Yeah.
See,
it ain't rocket. I mean, even Saka looked decent as well.
Exactly,
tonight, man.
because look who's down the middle. So we're interchanging and linking up with him, Trossard. And I've said for ages and ages on this podcast, time after time after time, Eddie Nketiah does not work with Martinelli. Doesn't work. We saw it a lot last season, and we've seen it again, now. Time after time after time. So that's what should have happened in these last few games, and maybe our fluidity would have been better in attack. Otherwise, it's just dead. You saw today how quickly we were moving the ball, we were getting it in positions, and we were actually taking some shots, and we took our goals nicely. Trossard, great finish. Saka again, very good finish as well. So yeah, it's so much better with Trossard down the middle. That is your answer when you haven't got Jesus. Remember that, Mikel Arteta, not Eddie.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you saw a very big difference tonight with that.
Huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference. And that, as you said, that's definitely got to be going forward now. I want to see that against Burnley. I want to see it against Brentford until Jesus comes back. That has to be it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Talking about, obviously, the midfield tonight, obviously Declan Rice as always, consistent as always. But what's your thoughts on Kai Havertz? Because I didn't think he had a bad game. Just the end product, final third again for me. He had some good chances which he didn't take.
Again, it was very similar to the Newcastle game. Didn't do too bad. He worked hard, but again, he didn't offer much in the final third. Again, he was quite lazy in around the box. And the thing is that we do not have an agenda against Havertz, or we don't not like him. But at the moment, fans are rightly to be concerned because we paid 65 million for this guy, and when you pay that sort of money, it has to work out. And so far, he's just not. He isn't performing well to the standards that we want and we hoped for. It was kind of the same standards that you saw at Chelsea because he was doing exactly this at Chelsea, and they eventually got fed up with him. So I'm just like, his end product and his work in that final third has got to step up. It's not about what you can do in midfield. Yes, okay, you still have to do it, fair enough. But you were brought in as well to offer us some more going forward. And so far, it wasn't him that did it. It was the front three that did it. And also that pass from Jorginho did it. And Rice was doing it, not him. And he needs to be doing it more. And he needs to now be coming up with the goals. Because now, It looks like Partey is going to be out and probably to the new year. We need him to step up. We need him to step up, because if he stepped up in that time, then okay, maybe not a problem. But at the moment he's not, and if he's not, then it does affect the team, and it does let us down, and it will eventually come back and bite us. So with him, okay, fair enough, decent all-round game, but we just need to see an improvement still.
Yeah. Also, we saw Saka getting a goal, but also see him pulling up once again. Come off in. I think he had a little injury. We also saw the same with Tomiyasu. I don't know. I haven't heard about it, but have you heard anything? Is it?
Tomiyasu actually no, it wasn't tactical. He picked up a knock.
There we go, man. There we go. So that's another injury for us there.
Yeah.
And Tomiyasu, another injury for him. I know he's very injury prone, but
that is worrying.
What was your thoughts on obviously Arteta? Because as soon as Arteta made the sub, he brought Martinelli. I would have brought Saka personally, but as soon as Martinelli made the sub, Arteta made the sub, Saka pulled up straight away, didn't he?
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, this time alone, I can't necessarily blame Arteta fully for that, because the thing is, when you're 2-0 up and in control of the game, the time when you make the subs is the right time to do it. And I seriously think he was actually going to do that, because, of course, he did Martinelli first, and he did also, who else did he sub? Trossard, he subbed. So, again, I can actually see where his logic for it. It wasn't like at Bournemouth and Lons when that really, really annoyed me. But I can't necessarily blame him for this one, because at least this time I can actually see what the plan probably was. And I do actually think he was about to do it, but it was just unfortunate that happened. That happened just before, but I won't get onto the manager's back about that. But
no, I mean, with the manager,
manage to be better. That still is a case.
Yeah, but with Arteta, I honestly thought he got spot on tonight.
He did.
He did. Was perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. Because we did a professional job. Got the full team out there because we needed the full team out there. Get the job done, and then get them off, and then bring the subs on. Because I did also say after 75 minutes, or we go 3-0 up, you take people off, save them for Burnley. And to be fair, he did do that. I think he did it near 80 minutes. He could have done it a little bit sooner, but again, it's only a couple minutes later. I won't get on his back for that. But yeah, I thought it was very good. I think he put the right team out. Like I said, definitely. Maybe I would wanted to see Ramsdale get his chance, but it doesn't look like he's going to come back into the side anytime soon. But yeah, I honestly can't knock for tonight's performance. I can't knock that one bit. Yeah. And I will also say I did feel sorry for that Seville player that came on and then pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
I did feel sorry for him. I didn't like seeing that, because that's something you don't want to see. You don't want to see people come on and then go down again, no matter if they play for your side or not. So I think it was it Samari or someone?
Yeah, the former Leicester player.
Yeah. So that I did feel very bad for him in that sense. I will give a mention for that.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we need one more point now to go through. Right?
Yeah, just one more point. But
just one more point now.
We want to win, but we want to win the group. So we need to get 3 points. I'm pretty certain three points will guarantee that. So get those 3 points against Lons, and then when we go to PSV, we can rest everyone, because that will do us a world of good. Be professional, and we're at home, so we've got a great chance. We've got a great chance in doing it, and I think we will. I think we're in a great position. We're in a great position to go through. And
the thing is, I was looking today. Even if we do finish up at the group 7, yes, we will avoid teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich still, but it's also fantastic teams that we could basically, become up against, like Napoli.
Yeah, bring them on. Listen, bring them on.
Yeah, Bring them on.
because we want to be. We're in this competition to win it. That's what you're in this competition.
This is why you're here. Yeah.
You're in it. You got to go up against those kind of teams. Yes, it'll be harder, but any game for the knockout stage, whatever you play, is hard. And bring them on. And I did say in the podcast and a few weeks ago, the only teams that really feared me was Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Man City. The others didn't fear me, and I'm pretty certain. And they've all qualified all three of them have qualified as group winners. They all have. So listen, I'm not scared of anyone who we get in that next round, even if it is Napoli. Bring it on, because these are the teams that we have to be getting past, and we have to be beating for us to potentially go on and win the competition. So get these teams first, and then later on in the competition, then okay, Real Madrid, get your Real Madrid, get your Bayern Munich, etc. But yeah, so far I can't complain tonight. But now what we really need to do is we need to take that into the weekend, because we have to win that. There's no way we can be against Burnley. Absolutely no way. And Burnley have been a problem for us over the years, but so we better put in another professional performance like that. Take nothing for granted. Then we should be fine. But I think they've kept Vincent company, because I did hear that they're probably going to sack him if they lost to Crystal Palace last week, which they did. So that's good. So just play. But that is a very important game, because every game is now important if you want to stay in this title race. Good that the Tottenham lost, because winning, and it was just very hard for us, but they actually lost in the end. And I also want to say something on that. Do you mind if I?
Of course, go ahead.
Now, the fallout from that compared to what the Arsenal fallout with Mikel Arteta. Now, first of all, people were saying, "Oh, well, look how classy Big Ange was in his press conference compared to Arteta was in that." Now, first of all, Big Ange had nothing to complain about, absolutely nothing, because Tottenham lost due to their players losing their heads, and they were red cards. Romero was rightfully sent off. Adoge was rightfully sent off, and the goals, they checked them, drew the lines, and it was offside. So he had absolutely nothing to complain about. And also, he was caught moaning on the sidelines and got booked. So that completely puts that statement to bed. And secondly, the amount of praise Tottenham got for, oh, what great effort, great go against 9-man Chelsea. Excuse me. They played a high line against 9 men when the score was level? I'm like, that is the most idiotic way to set up. That's what you really don't do, because that's just asking for trouble, because Chelsea weren't great that game, and any decent side would have put 6, 7 or 8 past that lot. What they should have done, like Liverpool did against them, you sit back and defend, try not to concede, and then catch them on the break. And had they had done that, they could have very easily have got something from that game, because, like I said, Chelsea weren't great. So again, that completely puts that statement to bed. I mean, the amount of hypocrisy coming out from this is just laughable. It's just laughable. Just using these things as weapons to attack Arteta. I'm like, what has football actually come to? That really annoyed me yesterday, and I'm sorry to turn this into a rant. But,
no worries, man.
But I thought, because we didn't talk about this on the podcast, because it happened, because this was going on during the game, I thought I need to bring this up. I just couldn't believe what was going on. I just couldn't believe what I was listening to when they were defending Tottenham and Ange for all that, when got nothing to defend about.
But this is the thing. Everyone's always against Arsenal when it's
no.
When it comes to everything, it's always against. I don't know what it is. Always against Arsenal.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, against any other team, they'll call out the VAR. and all that. But all they did was switch the attention onto Arteta, saying, "Oh, he's an embarrassment. Premier League, do something about him. Fine him, ban him, kick him out, put him down, something like that." I'm just like,
absolute nonsense.
Excuse me. He had absolutely right to call it out, and so did the club to back him. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary Neville. Oh, it's dangerous what I did. No, what's dangerous is the VAR technology, not the technology itself. Those incompetent frauds in there running it. That has been the problem ever since it entered the Premier League. That's the problem. That's where you should be putting your frustrations, not the manager, because if you do that, it's just going to continue week in, week out. And by the way, Gary Neville, I bet you were moaning tonight with that Man United when Rashford got sent off and then Copenhagen's penalties. I bet you any money you were moaning about that. And I'm glad that happened because, first of all, I hate United, as you all know, and secondly, for you in particular, Gary Neville, back in your face. Maybe in future you will take notice of what's the real problem is, and maybe this hypocrisy will stop. So that's in your face, Gary Neville. Your club is in the mud. Your club is finished. And you need to be taking more responsibility and actually speaking properly for what you get paid to, instead of picking on agendas and picking on certain things. So, Gary Neville, back in your face. Unlucky.
Big upset, man. Well said, man. Well said. Absolutely well said, bro. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear what he says about this. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
All Arsenal fans are going to be on you now.
100%.
Everyone's going to be on you now.
100%. But Seb, before we get out of it, who's your man of the match tonight, bro?
Yeah, well, you did say Martinelli, and he had a really good game. Don't get me wrong, but obviously Saka set up the goal and scored the goals, and he actually got player of the match on the game. Yeah, I'll probably give it to him because I think he was very inspirational to our win and our goals. So yeah, I've got to give it to Saka. Hopefully he's okay, but I don't think it's too serious. I think he was just a slight knock in the ankle. I think you can run that off, but he was walking all right, but he did take a long time to walk. But he was actually walking all right, and he did actually go to the bench. So that does actually suggest that he hopefully ain't too serious, and he should be fine for Burnley. But also, what I don't want him and Gabriel Jesus or Martin Odegaard. I do not want them going on international duty. They can't go. Arsenal need to pull them out because surely they need permission from the clubs as well before they go, because it's the clubs that pay them, not their national teams. So they've got to be pulled out. If certain players aren't fit, they need a nice 2 weeks rest because the injury list is growing and it's bad, and we can't afford this. And I seriously do think this has partly been the problem why we have been struggling this season. I'm not using that as a fully excuse, but you have to look at that, how many we've had compared to last year. And if players are not fully fit, they have to stay at home. And how Gabriel Jesus was selected for Brazil when he clearly isn't fit now is terrible.
Yeah, it's a joke, isn't it? That's a disgrace.
Gareth Southgate did it with Saka the last time, and then Arsenal rightfully pulled him out. We need to do the same here. We need to keep these players protected and fit.
Yeah, 100% Seb. Hope you enjoyed the game, obviously, on Saturday as well against Burnley.
Yeah. We have to get 3 points. As long as we get 3 points, then I'll be absolutely fine. And still, again, we want to see a performance like we did against Sheffield United. Anything like that, I'll be
similar to that, please.
Even anything like tonight, I'll take. Just make sure you get those 3 points. You go out there and get it done.
Yeah, 100%. Seb, thanks for coming on, man, as always. And I'll speak to you later. Cheers, bro.
No worries. See you soon.
You.